Hello everyone, welcome back for another Fun Friday idea. I have a card today. I am pulling out a stamp set that I haven't played with in a while. There's so much new stuff out and sometimes we forget our older stamp sets. So I'm playing with an older set and using a new item that's available November 1st for you. So join me in my studio and see what I'm going to do today. Okay, for today's card, I decided to pull out the color and contour, and I'm going to use this image here. I hadn't played with it in a while, and I thought it was about time to do it. The card that I'm doing today was actually inspired by a card that Stamp This posted in a group on Facebook that I'm in. Her image was not a Stampin' Up image, but I'm using that one. And I'm pairing it with the Framed Florets dies. These are the ones that I said isn't available to you until November 1st. As a demonstrator, I could get it early. So I'm using that. Now, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do I'm using my colored pencils, and I've already pulled out the colors that I'm going to use. So I'm gonna move that out of the way. I don't need that. Oh, that's my card base. I don't want that. I want my scrap piece. All right, I'm going to do some heat embossing, and I want it black. So what I'm doing, the one that the lady did was actually gold, but I decided I wanted mine to be black. I don't know why, I just did. Now, since I don't have black, I do have a black craft pad from years ago. I'm gonna stamp or ink my stamp up with Versamark, and then I'm gonna come in with my Memento black ink. All right, and this is a great way. I'm gonna kind of stamp it over some, so I have some space. This is a great way to get your get colored embossing without having different color embossing powders. And then I'm going to take my clear, if I can get into my case. I need a new case. And I'm going to add my clear on top of this. And because I've used the Versamark, now I didn't do this and I lucked out. If you're going to do this, make sure you hit your paper with your embossing buddy before you get started. All right, let me go emboss this and I'll be back. If you have never tried heat embossing, it is so much fun. You have to try it. It just is fabulous. I love seeing that plastic, because that's what those are, little pieces of plastic melt. And this gives it a nice sheen, and you know it's done if you have that nice sheen. Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but that's how I test it, is I tilt it in the light, and if it's shiny, I know it's melted. If it's not shiny, it's not melted. All right, time to color. I'm going to start with my leaves first, and I'm going to start with a dark color. Now, these are Stampin' Up's watercolor pencils. I have two here that are from several years ago. It was back when they first had them, and then they brought them back. I still have my old ones, so I'm using those because it gives you some different color. And I'm starting with the darker one down at the bottom, and I'm just going to go up slightly, and then I'm going to go on top and do the other one. Now, this one is a loose leaf, so I'm not worried about, making sure that it's perfectly even and everything. So there we go. And then I'm going to take my blender pen. You can use water with these. I like to use my blender pen because it gives me more control. And I'm going to kind of blend in that darker color. It is kind of darker over there. I'm going to do that down there and then work my way up. So you do get some shading, and if you want more, just choose different colors. Now, I will tell you, you need to scribble off. There's a slight tint of green, and you want to scribble till it's clear. If not, you will contaminate your blender pen, and it will be only good for using with green. All right, now I'm going to use two yellows. This one says daffodil, and this is an old one. This one is darker than that one, so I'm gonna do the daffodil down here and just kind of go up some. Now I see a leaf I missed. I gotta go back and do that one. And I'm just coloring. I'm coloring over top of the lines. When you go to blend it out, it'll all just kind of blend away. All right, so I've got that. Let me do that leaf before I forget it. Okay, here's the darker one down here. And then this one there. And then I can do that one before I do my flowers. All right, and now I'm gonna color my flowers. And you can see there is definitely a difference. You can use these as just plain colored pencils and do a lot of blending with them back and forth and everything. So they're very versatile. And I like something that I can use for different ways. All right, so I've got that. Now, let me pull in, I'm gonna do my leaf and clean my tip again. Now I'm gonna do my flowers, and I'm gonna do the bottom and blend it out, and then I'm gonna clean it, and I'm gonna come up from the top and work my way down so that I keep some of that yellow down there. All right, and I'm cleaning it in between, and the reason being is this is picking up the dark, and if you don't, then it kind of blends with the other ones. So now I'm gonna do this one. So if you have some of these pencils, pull them out. All right, let me scribble off. And now I'll do the lighter color. And I do come down into that darker color. I'll try and show it a little bit better on the next one. All right, so first thing I'm gonna do is my darker color and blend it out, okay? Now I'm gonna take my lighter color and I'm gonna do the whole thing, but then I'm gonna go right around where the darker color is and scribble on top so that it blends. And there it is. I've got a two-tone flower, quick and easy. And I'm gonna put my top back on so I don't lose my ink, whatever is in there. All right, now it's time to take and cut this out. And I know that it's longer than the image is longer, but that's okay. So let me cut this one. I lucked out. That was really close, but I did get it all the way. Now, when this cuts out, it cuts out both the outside and the inside layer. So you can put them back together like so. So let me get my card base and get it straight. And I'm gonna decide if I'm gonna use that one popped up all the way around, or if I'm gonna use it with one layer up and one layer down. I couldn't think. I chose to use the paper from the Hostess bundle, or not bundle, but the Hostess reward. It's called Design a Daydream, and this is the paper I chose. I thought that was very pretty and would go with that very well. I'm putting it on a white card base, but it's kind of lost. So what I'm gonna take and do is I'm gonna add it to a very thin layer of mint macaron, because that's the color. And if you're not familiar with Stampin' Up's paper, we have double-sided paper, and it is so fun to play with. Okay, and I'm going to add this on, and I'm gonna kind of give myself a little bit of wiggle room. All right, there we go. And now this is gonna go on my card front. All right, now's about the time that when I do my Facebook Lives and YouTube Lives, I always get other people's opinion, and now I have to do it myself. So I will walk you through my thought processes. All right, so I've got my card base made, and it's time for my card. I have this that I could put flat and pop this up, or I could put this flat and pop this up. I think I like it this way, and the reason being is when I put this down and pop this up, I think you're going to be able to see the green paper underneath, and I would prefer not to. So I'm going to put this down first, and now I have to decide, do I want it, I'm focusing so I don't get that glue anywhere. Do I want this off to the side? Oops, almost dropped it on my thing. Like so. I'm not worried about that because it will line up. I think I'm going to put it in the center. It's big enough that it can take the center. And I don't typically put sentiments on my cards because then I can use them whenever I need them. All right, and now I'm going to put my dimensionals on the back of here. All right, so give me a minute to get them off. And I learned this trick from, all right, I got to see where it is, right there. Another demonstrator, and I love the idea. I end up with these little tiny backs all over the place. But what she did is she took the dimensionals and she put, I've got bottoms here, packing tape on the back where all those little pieces are. I don't know if you can see. All those usually you have to pull off. So she put the packing tape on, and then you just separate the packing tape from it, and you have your dimensional, I can't get a hold of it, ready to put down. Love this idea. Great for not having pieces everywhere now. All right, and see how I can match this up? And I'm not going to put it down until I get it centered, like so. And now it's going to need something, so I'm pulling in my festive pearls. I've used up almost all of the gold and almost the red. I haven't used many. This one is soft succulent. I think I'm going to do the silver. I think it needs some brightening. So I'm going to sprinkle on some silver pearls. Put one there. And when you do this, do it in odd numbers. I'm going to have more. I think I'm going to have a lot on this one. Just one of those things. Put this one down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need one more at least. I'll put another one on the, I think I'll put it right about there. There. And that's it. Quick, easy, clean, and simple card. I hope you enjoyed today's creation. I had fun making it. And I showed you that you can combine new and things you have in your stash to make great cards. All three different suites, collections, whatever you want to call them, but they all blend well together. So great way to extend the use of your products. If you liked my idea, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, I'd love it. It would be fabulous if you'd subscribe to my channel. I'm working on getting to 500 subscribers. I'd really like to get there by the end of the year, but I got a long ways to go. Tell your friends, share it, and join us. I hope I've inspired you to give it a try, check your stash, see what you have, mix and match, and make a great card. Join me next week for another Fabulous Friday idea. Bye.